Hiya. I'm going to go for a really shimmery, seamless kind of makeup today. Nandini, you'd asked me the other day for frosted colours, and these aren't quite frosted, but they're very shimmery and soft, and there's no real beginning and end. And I feel like that kind of thing is nice when you just want a bit of a glow up, but you don't want to be spending all day on it. So I'm going to start with some CC cream all over. Just build some coverage and get a nice wash all over. And another thing I'm going to show you in a bit, this Flawless filter. I've been using Flawless filter a lot, like a few hours into the day. So, you know, when you've been on Zooms or back-to-back meetings and you just feel a bit drained and your skin can just look a bit parched. I don't know about you, but like just things like you might be leaning a bit on your arm through the day. And it definitely does have an impact on how well your makeup wears. Well, anyway, I have just been putting on a bit of Flawless filter and it really brightens and livens everything up. So I just want to show you the kind of thing. Literal tan lines everywhere. Don't know where to look. If that's what you're thinking, I agree. My face was a bit browny yesterday, actually. I always use tanning drops during the week, but as quickly as they give you a glow, I feel like you have to really keep on top of them. I saw someone put the other day something like, isn't it so annoying that you work so hard at the gym and then you've got to keep on working to keep it? And that's how I feel about a fake tan. Okay, and I'm going to seal all this in place with a little bit of Bye Bye Pores powder. Any translucent powder is going to do a brilliant job of this. And then I'm just going to speed through my brows and eyeliner so that we can get onto eyeshadow. Okay, just to show you, that Victoria Beckham pencil is so jet black. It's so good if you like a really, really dark liner. However, one of the things I would say if you wear lenses like me is pull it completely away from your lens because it can get really messy otherwise. It's the great thing and the thing to be mindful of because it's so dark. Okay, I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood, here we go, Star Aura palette. And these kinds of shimmery shades, I'm going to start with the highlighter shade and then move on to the bronze and the brown. First of all, with the highlighter shade, I just want to take this under the brows, in the inner corners. As you can see, it's a really kind of foiled, frosty. I keep coming back to the word frost for you, Nandini. I think I might have got frost and foil a little bit muddled up when I was thinking of a nice little concoction, but you get the drift. And you know what? I can always do another frosted one, can't I? I'm going to go really, really nice with those highlight points because I want it to be that when I catch the light, you really see what I've done. Now, probably with the same brush, actually, I'm going to go in with the kind of peachy gold colour. Now, traditionally, I would usually say to keep the likes of a shimmer shade to the lids themselves and then take maybe a matte colour through the socket. However, I've used these before all over the eyes and they blend really beautifully. So as you can see, what I'm doing here, that has actually come up so much warmer than it looks in the pan. I know it looks like I've used that colour, but it was this one. I'm going to take this right the way through, a little bit above the crease as well. And I know that this looks messy, but honestly, they'll blend out beautifully in a moment. I can't believe how dark that is. I think when I've used this palette before, I've skimmed over that gold because it didn't feel dark enough. But I think we can all agree that is more than dark enough. The first thing I'm going to do is soften the edge with a clean blending brush and kind of tickle the edge of that upwards so that I'm starting to approach that socket. Now, as you can see, there's still a space between this colour and the colour on the lid, and that's the colour that we're going to fill with the even darker bronzy brown. However, to be honest with you, The even darker bronzy brown, if I remember, is fairly similar to this. But that is okay because I want it to all just kind of blur into one another, no real harsh lines. So I'm going in with the darker brown. Oh, you can see actually that this is a little step up. And I'm going to take this through that socket in between our little peachy colour on the lid and that golden highlight colour, taking it right the way down, following the shape that, you know, if there was mascara on at this point, the mascara would follow. And I'm going to tickle the inner corners up towards that brow. This is a kind of 70s, 80s shape in those inner corners, and I think it just helps to build that really seamless finish. And then I'm going to go in and take the middle colour from the lids under my eyes, and then I'll see how I feel about adding a little bit of depth to those outer corners. But for now, these kind of warm golds will hopefully just make everything pop a little bit more. And then we've got this lovely soft, doesn't really begin or end, just blows out. I haven't worn a black liner in a little while because I've been wearing kind of darker colours like darker brown or a silky taupe or even a bit of green or blue. And it's so lovely to mix things up for that lovely piercing finish, to just go in with a jet black. Okay, marginally nearly happy with that. I'm going to go back in and really make that lid pop. I'm going to layer back the initial colour I put on it, just so that it's really pigmented, because as you remember, I softened out the edge and I don't want it to lose its definition. And then we didn't use the kind of silky pinky today, so I'm going to take that just in the centres of the lids to give it a little strobe of that's where the main amount of light is. And I'm going in with my finger for this because I want that to be fairly pigmented, and sometimes the best way to pack that coverage on is just with your ring finger. Okay, tried and tested, new in today, haven't used it before. This is the new Victoria Beckham Future Lash. Let's give it a go. I feel like quite a few new mascaras are popping up at the moment, so I'll have a little play. We can all decide together. Little curved wand. I'm going to go right in, looking down into my mirror, and just build that from the very bottom of the lashes upwards. I haven't curled my eyelashes today, which is my new fave, so I might give this another go once I've done that. And actually, I'm going to turn this on its head a little bit, because from what I can see, well, I'll show you up close, there's kind of a nice separation on the brush on the arched side. So I'm almost getting right into the lashes with the curved side and then flipping it round to brush them through. Does that make sense? So tickling that on, I'm going to tickle these lower lashes as well. And just build a little bit of length. Sometimes it's quite nice not to go too full of volume so that you can still see those colours pop. So I'm going to leave it at that and get on to a little bit of bronzer. Now, I pressed pause on this video a while ago. I think I've got about 5 minutes left. I paused it to do my liner and brows, and now I'm trying to mentally calculate how long I've got until my 15 minutes. I think I've got a good bit of time. I'm going in with the Doll Beauty Light Matte Bronzer, and I'm just going to pretty much go a bit to town on this. Now, another thing that will be nice, I set my CC cream in place. I set it with powder. I'm now going in with a matte bronzer. So at this point, this complexion is fairly velvety. And then you're going to really see the benefit of the Flawless filter now in a moment. So velvety, halfway through the day, you might be feeling a bit tired, or you just want something that's one little thing to put on to liven yourself up for your Zooms, this is where we'll be going in. Will I put some blusher on? I'm just going to keep it to the highlighter for now and see what we think. You can go on the back of your hand or straight in. This is just my personal one, so I'm going to go straight in. This is pretty much where I'd put it. I've got a bit of texture in my forehead at the moment, so you know what? That might not have been the smartest move, but I can always sort it if that was too much. Now, lots of questions about Flawless Filter. Is it a foundation? Is it a concealer? What the hell is it? I think really when this came out, it was very much quite ambiguous as to what it was, because people use it in so many different ways. So I think it gives the most beautiful glow, which you can see here, but it wouldn't be enough coverage for me on its own. Whereas as part of a bigger equation, with my coverage already on, and to just add some luminosity to that complexion, absolutely love it. So have a little play. It's going to work differently for everyone. I'm then going to go in with, this is just my fave combo, pretty much, you know, Zooms, day to day, whatever. Pillow Talk liner and the Je ne sais quoi lip balm from It Cosmetics. You cannot go wrong. Do you know what I've been meaning to say as well? I'm going to do my liner and then tell you this, very important. With Pillow Talk liner, let me just do my drawing, and then I'm going to reveal all. There was a whole franchise made out of Pillow Talk lipstick, Pillow Talk this, Pillow Talk that, all lovely. Because so many people did just this, loved this liner, used it all over with a lip balm, put it on as a lipstick, and then they made the Pillow Talk lipstick to kind of stop you from needing to do that. Pillow Talk lipstick is lovely, but it is not the same as that liner and a lip balm. So if you were thinking, saves me doing that every time, I'm just going to get the lipstick, I would say you need to just stick to the liner and draw it all over. That's just a really lovely, for me, that's not too dissimilar to my natural lip colour, so I can draw on where I'm asymmetric, whereas for you, it might be a completely different colour. So whatever it is, identify something that's really close to your lips and then just do that with it and job done. But I am satisfied that that is suitably glowy for a day of, you know, let's be honest, not really doing an awful lot, probably going for my daily walk in a bit. But yeah, that's one of my faves. If you've got anything else in a bit of an illuminating finish, you know, I love sharing where I put things and techniques and tips and things, but you can use whatever you've already got. Try that little tip, tap something along here, down the nose, forehead, chin. You could always take that down with a bit of powder if it was too much. But let me know if you have picked something new up, and let me know if there's anything you want to see a video on in the comments, and I'll get cracking on it. Okay, I am off for what looks like a very glowy walk, and I'll talk to you soon.